we like to start is by starting with the buyer. What's the information that they want to see? And National Association of Realtors does a study every year where they query thousands of home buyers and ask them specifically, what's the information you want to see online when you're looking for a home? Top three things that come back are photos still comes back as number one, because that's that engaging content. And really what's important about that are the photos that are professionally done, that really show the home in the best light. And that's what really captures people's imaginations and captures their interest. The other big thing that they look for is detailed property information. This is not only the size of the number of rooms in the home or the price of the home. They also want to know, what are the sizes of the bedrooms? Does my kids' furniture fit in those bedrooms? What's the size of the home? Are we trading up? Are we trading down? What is it that we're trying to achieve with our goals in terms of the criteria that we're looking for in the next home that we're going to purchase? The third thing that comes up on the National Association of Realtors, and Zillow does a similar study in the US, and it's number 2 on the Zillow list, are floor plans. Floor plans even rank higher than 3D tours in terms of really understanding how that property fits and flows for you as a consumer. Like, where is my kid's room in relation to my bedroom? If it's a teenager's room, I maybe want to have it far away. If it's a baby's room, maybe I want to have it closer. How does that home fit and flow? Where's the storage? Where's the window? Where are the windows? So I know how the light's going to come into the home and how we're going to interact with this space, and does it work for me? And that's some of the stuff I'll show you that the iGuide provides all this great detailed information that really informs the consumer and really qualifies them, especially in these times where you're trying to get people into the home. How do you engage as many consumers as possible? One thing that was an interesting, back in April, Realtor.com did a study, and it was also asking consumers what's the information they wanted to see. And this is where we saw virtual tours rank a lot higher. I mean, we've seen it in the marketplace. We've seen it in terms of across North America with our business. John and Mike have definitely seen it in terms of their businesses, that this is a tool that really helps you in terms of a professional to market these properties. The other important thing that came back that was on the list that I found very interesting was accurate and detailed listing information. There's a constant refrain that we hear is that listing information is incorrect, wrong square footages, wrong measurements on the property, just information that is not accurate. And when people look at it, it's a very frustrating part of the process in terms of this home buying process. So that was this study that came up quite quickly. So just to talk about, how to give your online listing a virtual advantage, the 3 things that we're going to touch on and that we like to talk about are really, staging your property. So just like you're going to get your property ready for market, where you're going to stage the home, you're going to stage your marketing assets, get them ready, get the professional photos, get the floor plans, get this all done, and in a neat little package where you can deliver it. And then it's about marketing that to the consumers by sharing it on MLS, sharing it on realtor.ca, getting it up on your social media. So you get a lot of engagement with that property and really show results to your clients with the analytics that you're providing. I often talk about this story, and maybe I've told it to you as well. Both parents, real estate. Dad's a broker for 50 years out in Calgary, and my mom was a realtor for over a dozen years. A lot of your customers, the home sellers, don't see the value that they don't see how hard you work behind the scenes in terms of on call 24/7, working days, weekends, evenings, and how busy you are, the life of a real estate professional. And so a great way to show them the value that you bring to the table and how you help them market and sell that home are the analytics. And we'll dive a little bit more into that. One thing that we'd like to share with you is we did a quick study in terms of helping to sell homes faster. We looked at a market within a 12-month cycle where homes with an iGuide versus photos were 34% less days on market. Sorry, I got that stat, 39 less days on market and 14% less days on market than versus other virtual tours and other video. So quickly, just to tell you what an iGuide is and what you get when you engage with Look Inside and Realtors. iGuide really is documenting a full property and gives you a full view and preview of a property in a house. It includes the property photos inside of it that you can look at in either uh, gallery style or slideshow style. You can also include video links if you do have video that you're going to put into that information. You include the property details and then a nice description of the property. It also includes all the room measurements, area calculations of property, beautiful floor plans that they can open up and look at and really understand the property in more depth. And when you look at a property, what we're showing is anything that's in color or shaded is included in the total area calculations of the home. Things like open to below, cold storage rooms, where you see that it's still white on the floor plan. This is just how you read our floor plans. That is not included space in those total area calculations. We don't include below grade area calculations in our total gross floor area calculations. We follow a very similar standard to the ANSI standard of measurement. So one thing, now that you get this property or this iGuide, and I'm just going to jump back here to show you a little bit of the details. What's engaging about this, and where we've got a ton of experience and ton of feedback from consumers, is that they love having the visuals side by side with the floor plans themselves. It really is a great way to engage understanding of a property completely, so they can see what they're looking at and they can see where they are in the space. If you look over on the floor plan, you see this tracking cone motion. So when I move back and forth, it follows me and shows me where I am situated in the property and in relation to the rest of the property. The other nice thing is that there's multiple ways to navigate within the iGuide. Consumers typically want to go to that key spot that's the key criteria for them. If they have a closed off kitchen in their current house, it's kind of a pain point. That's really driving the need for their new property and what they want to see out of the new property. So I'm looking at this property and I think I want a big wide open kitchen. Well, what's nice with this is on the floor plan, I can just click on that room that I want to go to, and I can see, does this home meet the criteria that I have set out? And I can say, yeah, it's a nice open style kitchen. I could see my kids playing in the family room. It's great. This is going to meet my needs. I can now dive in a little bit deeper to understand, other things like, does my furniture fit? If you see down on the bottom right-hand corner of this floor plan, there's an on-screen measurement tool. It looks like a ruler. If I click on that and I bring my mouse over to the floor plan, I can measure and see if my furniture is going to fit in that room and really determine, if I quickly want to see, how big are the windows, what kind of window coverings am I going to need? How big are the curtains I'm going to need? So it's a great tool to really understand the property, not only in the decision process of if this home's going to work for me, but even after the purchase. You can give access to your home's buyers, from the not your clients directly, but you can give access to the home buyers of the iGuide. So now they can go in and understand if that, what things they need to prep for their move. And now they've got 24/7 access. They can answer all their questions themselves. Easy way, that less disruptions for your sellers and less disruptions for you as well, because you've got a busy schedule and everything that you're working on. One thing that we deliver and how we deliver this back to you is in the iGuide report. So you're going to get all the links for your social media, links for your MLS. The unbranded link is where you can grab that and put that on. And what's nice about that is when you put the iGuide on the MLS and it pops up on that main listing page, what happens is the iGuide loads right here embedded on realtor.ca, gives the consumer a great way to engage with the property. And what happens quite often is that they engage with that listing much longer than they would if there was just photos. So they really dive deep in understanding that property. The other nice thing about that as well is if you do include video and you have other content that you're sharing, you can include those links all with one link, and it's all marketed to realtor.ca. And then you also get more engagement with that property. The other nice thing is automatically a floor plan button will show up at the bottom of the listing where they can go in and open up the floor plans and really get a better understanding of that property. So just great ways that to engage and make your brand stand out in terms of with your having your information right there on that main listing page on realtor.ca. Other ways that you can engage is with those branded links that you see here is you can put them on social media, and there's multiple different ways that you can share a property. The idea is now to share it. So we've staged it. We've got your photos in there. Now we need to market it and share it as many places as possible to get as many possible potential home buyers looking at that property. So you can share it with, photos from your property. You can embed, you can put the iGuide on Facebook. Other things that you can do is like, if your listing is going to come up in the next day or two, you can put a quick 360 on Facebook. And so when someone is scrolling through, they can grab that nice shot of that nice living room and the nice kitchen area. And they can engage with the property, and you can leave a little teaser. We've got a new listing coming up, or just launched this new listing. Come check it out here at our website, and you can embed the iGuide, and we give you an embed code on your own website so you can drive traffic back to that. So just multiple different ways of engaging with the property. You can even make quick little screen captures if you like of a property. And sorry about the sound here, let's turn off the volume, where you can actually walk through the property and post this, to things like Instagram as well. Lastly, what I'd like to talk about is what you're going to get in the rest of the report. You'll have the photospheres that we talked about in an offline version. You'll get all your MLS size photos and high res photos, as well as the JPEGs of the floor plans and PDFs of the floor plans. You'll also get all the measurement data that you need to enter into your listing. And then what we provide you is the main building exterior or main building interior. In this case, it's a condo, so you're not going to include the main building exterior. That includes the outside foundation, the walls of the property. With a condo, it's basically paint to paint. So that is what we call the main building interior calculations, and that will include that the inside of that condominium. So now we talked about staging, sharing your property, and now showing results to your clients. So you can use the iGuide analytics to demonstrate the value, how you marketed that home, how people came to that home virtually, how many people came in to look at that property, and even more importantly, how many people came back and were interested in looking at that property again, the time that they spent on it. And this is great data that you can go back and share with your clients to show, hey, we're getting a lot of engagement with the property. A lot of people are coming back, and we can demonstrate that value with it as well. John quickly talked about our premium package, and in the premium package, what the big difference is that it will have the detailed floor plans where you include amenities, toilets, sinks, things like cabinets, and then appliances as well. So it just gives a little bit more context to the floor plan, and you can see that both can be enabled on the viewer, on the iGuide itself, or on the floor plans as well. So it just is another way to engage with consumers on the property. You're also able to change up the colors and have different type of color scales if you like. The reason why we have coloring again is to call out, or shading, to call out those areas that are included in the area calculations of the home. So you can easily look at it and depict, oh, okay, this is the area that's not included and this is the area that is included. So I think the last thing I'll touch on is that John talked about virtual staging. Well, I thought I'd show you an example of a virtually staged iGuide. What's nice is you don't have to turn on all the panos for virtual staging. You can maybe reduce the number of panos. If you really want to demonstrate a nice property and it's empty and it's like a gorgeous builder's home here that we've got, well, how do we demonstrate and show and make it easier for the consumer to really understand maybe what it's like and how their furniture would fit? So I'll take the same iGuide and I'm just going to show you it virtually staged. So in here, we've got now plants and the hooks. As I move into the other room, I will see things like the couch. And sorry, I'm kind of spinning pretty fast here. And even the TV up on the wall and whatnot. And even can move over to the kitchen if I like as well. So just showing a great difference in terms of how you can really demonstrate and market a property, adding virtual staging at a lower cost than maybe staging the property directly as well. So that's a lot of thing. I don't know how we are on with time, John. If we've got a couple more minutes, I'd like to show something that would be really relevant
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I can give you about another 4 minutes, Mike. Then we'll take just a quick outro, and we're right on schedule.
Perfect. So, John, if you are good with throwing on your screen, I'm going to demonstrate.
I'm just getting us back here. Hold on, you got me up. I gotta stop your screen share. You never do.
Oh,
You always
okay.
do that to me. You make me do that and my stuff. Okay,
I
so
always, yes, that's
you're gonna
true.
do the virtual tour. Can I give a quick explanation?
Sure.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what I was telling you earlier, and if you were on with us in the spring when we did some sessions for you guys, we were telling you that we were coming up with a tool that was supposed to be maybe next year, but given everything, our good friends at Planetar came out with it in the summer, and we tested it a bit, and now we're ready to roll it out. What they've done is they've given the ability to now take the virtual tour and share it at mass through your phone or your computer. So email marketing, text messages, WhatsApp. At the end of the day, it's very simple, and the bandwidth is very fast. So Mike's, we're going to show you really quickly how easy it is, and then we'll get into it another time. But we just want to show you how easy you could literally walk somebody through a listing in your house. So again, and especially, I never thought about this before, Mike, but what a great tool if quarantine becomes an issue.
Absolutely.
Just throwing that out there. Okay, so Michael's, you're going to send me a text message?
Yeah, so I'm going to click on the link on the iGuide, and I'm going to make a virtual showing. So there's a share button in the bottom of the image of the iGuide itself. And what I do is basically I'll pop up, and so I've started a virtual showing. I will hit the share button here in the top right hand corner.
I get a message.
I've sent John a text. He's going to pop into this virtual room.
And there you go.
And it's going to show me a 2 in there, and it's going to show me a name, his name and whatnot. And now as I walk around the property, I could be describing and talking about this property. Now, this is a new dentist office, a kid's dentist office. We just did a Google Street View for. Pretty cool view. But now as I move around, John's screen, he's going to see it in real time. The lag that you're seeing right now is because of the Zoom meeting.
For Zoom.
So you could use this in Zoom meetings and go-to meetings, and you wouldn't see that lag. You could pop the link into the share, and now you can quickly walk somebody through. And this is great in terms of you got a new property, you want to show a client, you can share it, and now you have control as the real estate professional to walk them through the home, call out the key things that you want to call out, or even to other agents, of course, and then get the feedback directly there for your clients. So now you have a great way to really engaging with people and
getting another really cool application that they brought to my attention. They were on the phone with their client and they were talking about the home, and the agent was said, they've got my earbud in, like all of us today. So I can text this to 1,000 people and just start talking and showcasing, and they can hear and see. So we in our office, we actually broadcast tours out. But what the agent was able to do was send the link. See, it says Mike's left. Send the link to their client, and they were able to have a conversation and look at the room in question. So, great sales tool, but also great meeting tool, like Mike said, and of course a great marketing tool. You could book a live tour. You don't even have to leave your house anymore. So we'll provide a session later on down the road specifically to that. We're just ironing some kinks out and trying to come up with a little bit of a better way of showcasing it. But we just definitely like to add that in. So Mike, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
If there's any questions, I'm looking right here, right now. Lucas sent me a couple. There's nothing great. You answered about the iGuide report. We talked about the measurements, timeline. So just to recap, photos, 24 hours. iGuide is usually 24 hours. The odd time it may stretch a little bit past, but no more than 36 hours ever. And our video turnaround is 48 hours. You can book at Look Inside or Realtors websites, or you can give myself, Mike, or any of our team a call anytime if you have any more questions, you want to learn more about the technology and the service that we provide. And once again, thanks to Cindy and the board for having us. Thanks to my good friend Mike Farrick for arranging, and thanks to my other too many Mikes, Michael Urbana from iGuide. Without without the folks at iGuide, we're not able to step it up for you guys. So once again, thank you. And if memory serves me correctly, we're back with you guys in 2 weeks. So I look forward to that session. And between now and then, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let us know. Let Cindy know if there's any topics you want us to talk about. I can talk forever. So I'm committed to bi-weekly in perpetuity, as long as you guys want to have me. And as long as we have stuff to talk about, we'll keep bringing it. So with that said, thank you again, and have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe, everybody, and enjoy the beautiful fall weather. Cheers.